Hey people, Mike Martin's here with the Mike Martin's channel. I'll get right to the point. Mexico, United States, and Canada, AMERO. We made an AMERO video 5, 6, 8, 9 years ago discussing the unification of Canada, the United States, and Mexico under one economic power, one currency, open borders, the whole 9 yards, right? Well, I've been getting word on the ground, and I've been getting word directly from people in certain specific areas in Mexico City where they're talking about an America-Mexico unification. Yes, America-Mexico. But someone's going to comment below, oh, the Mexican president didn't go to that American summit meeting or whatever. No, there's something going on, and there's something bigger. And they're telling me, Mike, because the person that messaged me, really good friend of mine who lives in Cuernavaca in Morelos, and he told me that he reminded me of when I told him back in, I don't know, 2007, 2005, when I told him that Mexico, United States, and Canada may become one superpower or one economic power or something, right? And he messaged me to tell me, he's like, I remember that story, Mike. I remember you specifically telling me, and I remember laughing at you. But now it's becoming real. It's becoming something that they're actually going to materialize on by 2030. And it's easier for them to usher in unifications of countries into a one world order or a one world government, because when more and more countries are unified and become one, it becomes a lot easier just to take the extra stragglers that don't want to be part of it, right? To force them to join. Now, I don't believe in every country has its own culture, its own belief, its own system, its own food, its own swing, music, all kinds of good stuff. And Mexico has to have a right to be Mexico, right? America has to have a right to be America, right? And what makes up America? The American people. What makes up Mexico? The Mexican people. What makes up Portugal? The Portuguese, right? That's why it's Portugal, because the people there are Portuguese, right? What makes up Japan? The Japanese, right? And the culture. But apparently there's a press forward going on right now in Mexico City with different levels of politicians and governments in discussion by pushing a 2025 agenda of unifying Mexico with the United States of America. Now, one of the key points that they're going to point out is it's a lot easier to patrol the southern border of Mexico than it is the Mexico-America border. It's too long. It's a lot easier if Mexico gets engulfed or included and create a border wall or a deterrent on the southern Mexican border, which already exists in the southern border of Mexico. I've seen it. I've been there. So, I want to let you guys know, it looks like Mexico and America might merge by 2025. And again, they're going to unify the currency. They're going to unify trade. There'll be less trade tariffs and less all kinds of stuff. It may be a win-win if the private sector was in control. But unfortunately, with the new Biden selection, they've been federalizing everything. They've been federalizing the transportation. They've been federalizing the food. They've been trying to federalize everything. They've been trying to federalize the electricity. They've been trying to federalize everything. So it's out of the people's hands. The power's out of the hands of the people. And until governments relinquish the power back to the private sector, to the people that build the infrastructure, that take on the contracts, that do the work, that actually take out the trash, you're going to see a decline, no matter how many countries join the North American Trade Act or whatever they're going to call it. So the problem is Canada's not part of this. And my belief is, I think that Canada is a big security threat to America. I live in Canada, I can tell you that. I think it's a big problem here in Canada. Lots of big problems we're dealing with the decline in citizenry, like Canadian. It's sad. It's sad to see where this country's gone in the last 4 or 5 years. Absolutely depressing. My dad worked so hard in this infrastructure. My uncles and even myself, I've contributed to it as much as I could. And, it's almost like we're not welcome here anymore. But I want to add that Canada has a lot of crown. And what I mean by crown, there's a lot of strings that are being pulled by England or the UK. We have crown land. It's unaffordable to live in Canada. It's unaffordable to be part of to live a life like we did in 84, 85, 86. To live that kind of life like we did back in the 80s in Canada, you need to be a millionaire today. And that's a very basic lifestyle. It's really sad. And I think I think Canada will never want to join America and Mexico in this venture, because I honestly think that they just want to punish us here in Canada as much as possible. They're taxing us to death, and they're going to continue going forward. They're going to continue going forward. And someone said, Mike, okay, you pay $4,000 in property tax, but they pick up your garbage and you got all this. I'm like, no, garbage is separate. That's an extra $1,200 a year for garbage, separate from my property tax. People need to keep this stuff in mind, right? We're paying out the wazoo just to exist out here. Now, let me go back on topic here. Mexico absorbing into the United States. Mexico has the manpower. Mexico has the resources. I lived in Mexico for 2 years. I know. I've been to almost every state in Mexico. Driven to every state in Mexico. And let me tell you, they have the agriculture. Mexico could be the breadbasket of North America if they were allowed, and there was less red tape and less bureaucracy. And that's why they need to relinquish power to the people. Allow the people to work their land. Allow the people to drill for oil in their land. Allow the people, stop pulling the permits. Stop pulling the drilling permits. Stop pulling this stuff. Allow the people, give back the power to the people, because the people are the ones that move it forward. Right? Let me know what you guys think of this whole AMERO thing. I did a video like 10 years ago talking about the AMERO currency, AMERO unification. It looks like it's going to be Mexico and America by 2025. I may be dead wrong. You could be laughing at me by 2025 if I'm still alive. But I believe that, in all fairness, that that's the plan. There's a lot of win-win situation in a way, because, again, the agriculture, the infrastructure of highways. Mexico's got a lot of big highways, and they can move a lot of stuff around, right? This would open a lot of opportunity. But, again, governments need to relinquish power back to the people for it to make any sense at all, right? So, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I look forward to seeing what you guys think of this. Mexico absorbing into America, or America and Mexico absorbing into one. And what you guys think of it. The Mexican culture, they deserve to have their own culture. They deserve to have their own people. They deserve to have their own ways. I love the Mexican culture, the music, the food, the people. Some of that die-hard attitude, that good, hard-working. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, let me know what you guys think in the comments. America, Mexico merger by 2025. Am I out of my mind? What do you guys think? I know Canada, they really want to punish us up here, and the situation we're in right now. I'll see you guys on the flip side. Mike Martin's here. I have spoken.